and welcome to this new game that I found called Alter Ego. I know I said that I'd get back onto Minecraft stuff, but I saw this in the App Store and I just couldn't help it. Like it was talking about how it would help you find yourself and that, like, I want to find myself. Let's get started then, shall we? Where ego shall be. Where I was, there ego shall be. I am walking down a hallway, I think. Oh goodness. I've been waiting for you, my lost child. I'm Ego Rex. I administer rules. What you will find here with me is yourself. Well, isn't that lovely? That's why I downloaded this game. Allow me to teach you the ways of this place. Shed your daily life. Here you shall contemplate. Tap the whispers. Collect ego. Where am I? What am I? What am I? Ego is the foundation. Now use your ego. Try reading No Longer Human. The Fallen Buffoon, a novella by Umozai Dazai, featuring a guilt-ridden and self-conscious protagonist eventually led to ruin by his afflictions. A month after its completion, Dazai committed suicide, drowning himself in the Tamagawa Aqueduct. You don't have enough yet. Gather the ego, the outcast awaits. Ooh. Oh, is this a clicker game? Huh. Am I finding, like, the person of the game? Or... like, who am I finding? Or is it myself, like, outside the game? So it's a clicker game. Close. How to play. Gather egos. Face ease. The story will alter according to your choices. Face yourself. Close. Well, isn't that wonderful? I guess I'll just have to buckle up and face myself, I guess. Oh, now that's some creepy music happening in the background. I really like the piano. Self-discovery begins. Personality assessment. Well, look who showed up. I grew tired of waiting. Sorry, but I'll get right to the point. I have 12 questions for you. Don't think too hard, just answer honestly. Do you tend not to get emotional? Huh? Do you tend not to get emotional? Yes? Do you put up a front for others? Of course I do. Everybody does. Are you easily influenced by others? I have no ego. I am practically a blank state. I am, like, what? Doing this video and I am getting absolutely no views, so I am basically talking to myself in the black room, uploading these, like, hour-long playthroughs of random games that I find, and all onto the site where I get nothing, no views, and you say that, like, there's no possibility that I'm not easily influenced. So yeah, of course I'm influenced. Are your tastes easy to discern? No, of course not. I'm a weirdo. Do you get jealous easily? Well, it depends. Actually, yes. I am a very jealous person. Do tough situations make you work even harder? Yeah, I guess. I mean, must is a good master. Are you often irritated by uncertainty? Of course, nobody likes the future, like an unknown future. Are you unhindered by fear? Neither. I am neither unhindered or hindered. Do you prefer things to be black and white? No. Are you often deceived? No. Do you like to be the center of attention? Neither. Do you ignore those you dislike? Yes. Interesting. You're analyzing. Tap to see your results. Your defense mechanism is, you're my mirror image. Projection? You're the type to protect yourself by projecting onto others the inner feelings you find difficult to accept. Perhaps that person you detest so much is actually a reflection of yourself. Isn't it exhausting always comparing yourself to others? You might also be accused of being dependent, quick to blur the line between yourself and others. Now that is painful. Like, you don't know much at all, do you? Not about this place or about who you are. No matter, we've only just begun. Come visit me again when you have more ego. You know, I came to this game to find myself. I didn't come here for what? Well met, my lost child. Allow me to remind you how to roam this place. Gather ego. Close. One final thing, a warning. Maintain your guard with ease. Maintain your guard with ease. Okay. Damien, Hermann Hesse. To Break One's Shell, a novel by Hermann Hesse in which protagonist Emile Sinclair, motivated by his mysterious friend Max Damien and his mother, engages in self-discovery. The novel stems from Hesse's introduction to the philosophy of Carl Jung. I know what I do isn't healthy. You know, I'm not delusional. But I can't help but... goals. Let's see. Receive. Close. Let's go on to this next one then. The nameless place. I've seen you being collecting ego just as you were told. How earnest you are, I quite like it. I suppose you've earned a reward. You're curious as to where we are, aren't you? How do I put this? This place is closed off from the outside world. It doesn't need a name. To me, that's all there is to it. Still, I'm curious. How do you perceive this place? A place to question who I've always been, a place to control, a place to discover who I am. You aren't wrong. There are no secrets. The identity of this place is of little importance. You are here now. Whether you will it or not, something lies up ahead. Perhaps that is exactly why you seek reason. You and I both. Come back when you have saved up more ego. Know your audience. There are all sorts of books here. There's even one that ends differently every time you read it. It's a picture book. Here, I'll show it to you. Your interpretation of the story is very much of interest to me. The characters are comprised of a prince, a king, and a maid. Your interpretation will decide what kind of story this is, so I'll ask you a few questions, alright? Choose the closest answer to your take on it. Now let me hear your story. Look, there's a little squiggle around the king's head, so that means he's angry. How does the king feel about this? He's contemplating how to best discipline the prince. To watch over the princes from the shadows. How does the story end? What do you mean the prince elopes with the maid? The maid looks old and the prince looks like hella young. regains his control. Having regained his control, everything goes the king's way. So that's how your story goes. There are some truths of reality only one can find only in fiction. Next time I want you to let me interpret your story. Analyzing. Analyzing. I'm excited, actually. This is quite fun. Let's see. Your hidden motif is nurtured internalization, selfish conformity. You're awfully self-conscious of what your parents' superiors think, of society at large, for that matter. It's almost as if you yearn to be dominated by others, yet at the same time you long to make big decisions under your own power. My, what a dilemma you have on your hands. I get the feeling that your life will be easier if you learn to lower your standards to an extent. You know, this reminds me of, Maria and the Diamonds, like their song, Are You Satisfied? See if something changes in your worldview. The ending will change. That goes for this place too, not just the story. The future will be decided by your interpretation, by your will, so hurry back when you have more ego. The moon over the mountain, Kishi Nakaji, glutted with cowardly pride. A novella by Akishi Nakamaja, in which a failed poet, Li Zheng, comes to terms with his transformation into a conscient tiger. Unlike the fable upon which it is based, the novella focuses on Zheng's internal distress at his transformation. Okay then, I just finished watching that video, so hopefully I might be able to buy another test, I guess. The facade is getting full of themselves. Oh, where did you wander in? I didn't see you. I'm sure you must have run into them on the way. The self-proclaimed monarch, the facade, the wench. The facade lives to plague me. Fall not to impulse, conform to the standard. Over and over they whisper at me. What need is there for a social structure here? What's your take on it? It's best to live by impulse. It is as you say, thank goodness you understand. You see, the facade is my adversary. They will control me, like judge and jury. Listen, you hear it, don't you, their voice? Damn you, hush, you damnable facade. I'm not mistaken. I'm not a failure. Forgive me. I can't focus on the conversation right now. If you don't mind, come back again later. I'll see you when you've had more ego saved. Between sanity and madness. I'm just going to put all the things into the one episode, if that makes sense. Yeah, I think I'll do that actually. That will take some editing. I had a strange and sudden thought. Thank my words and deeds and private thoughts were falling as scripts that my all of those. You thought that? You know, it's kind of like how the fact that our world is a simulation is actually a plausible theory, which is, I don't know how to even say that. So perhaps we're all just AIs, in this big thing. Do I even have a will of my own? I wonder. Well, that's a massive question. Do people in general even have a will of their own? Perhaps I am someone else's mindless puppet. Or perhaps I'm the only one who doesn't know it. It's just a thought. I don't really believe it. You needn't take it seriously. It was inspired by something I read in a book. It stuck with me for some reason. Could I ask you a question? Well, of course you could. Are my words truly my own? If you want them to be. And if not, is it the wanting that matters? You strip away all my security, you do. Well, there's no security in life, really, and anything that you really think is secure is all just an illusion, because really the world is so easily torn out from under our feet that anything that is secure is just us trying to steady ourselves within this rapid world. The more you come to know yourself, the less I seem to know myself. I see that now. You're like my shadow. Kaneki! Oh my goodness. As my shadow grows longer, I end up... No, that's not right. If anything, I must be your... Gather more ego, will you? I'll be waiting. Wonderful! Good and evil. Well, that's a bit too black and white. I don't think there's anything that's good or evil. There's just people that are predisposed to doing bad things and people that are predisposed to doing good things. You know, a very good person can do a very bad thing and a very bad person can do a very good thing. People aren't inherently good or evil, and to think that if somebody were to do all evil things, that would be very narrow-minded and it wouldn't take into account that people are in depth and they have a whole entire personality and history that makes them predisposed to things. It's like nature versus nurture. Can't be defined in black and white. Exactly! The world is just varying shades of grey. That's why one's interpretation becomes so important. I'm fascinated to see how you will interpret this story. This story is about two little girls who tamed some poison. The nature of the story depends on how you interpret it. Are you ready to answer a few questions? Sure am. Choose the closest answer to your take on it. Let's hear it then. What's your story? Who did they get the poison from? They made it themselves. A nasty wizard gave it to them. They stole it from their parents. Well, you know, I see it more of being a nasty wizard. Why do they want the poison? They're simply curious about it. They need it because they're planning a murder. They didn't, they just happened to end up with it. Yeah. What is the relationship between the twins? They're too alike to get along. They trust each other as family. They're partners in crime. They trust each other as family. How will it end? One twin will be killed by the poison. The twins will poison their parents. Or the twins will be punished for attaining the poison. For some reason, I'm really putting to the poison. Rotting away in a dark, dank prison, the twins reflect on their sins. That was quite the story. Sometimes it takes fiction to reveal the truths of reality. Allow me to interpret your story next. Let's see this. Your hidden contempt is deny stable impulses. Conformed freedom. You seem to resist freedom. It's as if you feel very strongly about which is unacceptable from a societal or ethical standpoint. In fact, you don't tend to reject anything of your own volition. You seem to believe that anything bad that comes from others that happens comes from you seem to believe that anything bad that happens comes from others. There should be a comma in there. You're not wrong, but you shouldn't expect others to agree. As the facade appears evil to me, so too must appear evil to them. Might I ask, which of us is evil in your eyes? My apologies, that was an awful question to put to you. After all, I'm the one who just said there's no definitive answer. It's like, authors use the protagonist's perspective, the main character perspective, to make people predisposed to the character that they're telling. And I think, actually, I've had this idea for a long time, but the only reason we are predisposed to one person over another is really if we know somebody more than another. I.e., since in a book we know more about the main characters, since we are actually being told how they think, what they're going through daily, every second, what their feelings are, we are more predisposed to them. Also, we think that if they're the main character, they have to have, they have to be important or something, and even if they don't have a good ending, they will have something interesting happen to them because they are the main character. What's the point in having a book written about them if something not interesting is going to happen to them, if something, you know what I mean. Really, put it out of your mind. I'm afraid of the answer. I'll see you later when you have more ego. Now then, let's get on to the second part. You asked me once, what this place is. Do you remember? Oh, I do. This place is closed off from the outside world. It doesn't need a name. I believe that is how I answered you. Yeah, I remember. I think I do. I don't know anymore, though. I thought I understood this place. I don't question it for a fraction of a second. I didn't question it for a fraction of a second. I didn't even consider it for a millisecond. Maybe it's strange of me to ask you this. But what do you think this place is for me? A place to rediscover who you truly are. A place to gain control over your impulses. A place where nobody can bind you. Well, no, I think this is a place for you to understand yourself just as much as I'm trying to understand myself. It's a personal journey for both of us. Rediscover. Is that even possible for me? I suppose I shouldn't overthink it. It's just as I've been telling you. Your interpretation begets your story, and my interpretation begets mine. And yet, if that is so, then when you're not here, excuse me, I need some time alone to think. Keep saving up ego and come see me again. Okay, has it started? Okay. On to the next one. What am I? I've had time to think, but I'm even more confused. There's nothing here for me, nothing at all. Those books back there, I've read all of them. But it's hilarious, really, because I was utterly ignorant. For example, to whom do those books even belong? I don't know. I am not even sure when I read them. These memories I have of having read all of those books, are they fantasies, delusions I cooked up to hold on to my sanity? If that is true, then what do I have left? The only thing I have. You're the only thing unless you're just another one of my delusions. It doesn't matter if you are. Your visits here with me are the only times I feel stable. I feel like I can be myself. But when it comes down to it, I don't know. I use this word so unconsciously. What does it even mean? What does it refer to? My body, or perhaps my thoughts? If I halved my body, in which half would I reside? Oh, goodness gracious me. If all the cells in my body swapped places, would myself just be an optical illusion? Well, now that is the question. In all honesty, we know that yourself resides in your brain, and yourself, as in who you are, is just all chemical reactions of such. I mean, we know this from people who get lobotomies, from the first man who ever had his brain cut in half. They all drastically change, and it's not so much as we have sentience, but it's more so of what is personality. I guess that's just a thought. The same goes for thoughts. No, those are even less certain. How can I say for certain that my thoughts are my own? My thoughts could belong to some other person I dreamed up. Am I hallucinating that thoughts of someone from a book I read are mine? If I am not my body or my thoughts, then my interactions? Am I defined by the relations to the world? If no one is here to perceive me, do I cease to exist? Well, do you exist to yourself? No, existence is I guess that's one of the philosophers, it's a famous quote of philosophy, I think and therefore I am, and you're thinking and therefore you are. If that is true, I can only despair, for within this world there is only the stone wall that denies me. With this world as all I know, I may as well be dead. If I don't exist without someone here to perceive me, where do I go when you are not here? If I do not exist when you are not here with me, does that mean that you are me, or am I you? I beg of you, tell me the answer. You're the only one here, you're the only one who can answer me. What am I? You are you. Perhaps I am myself, and yet I am not. Well, that is true with everyone. What we perceive of as us being us is different from what others may perceive us as. I mean, have you ever been surprised when you ask somebody what they think of you and what sort of person you are, and they come out and, in your opinion, they come out of completely left field and say something very strange, something that you didn't think you were, what they think you are. And perhaps I am myself, and yet I am not. Oh my, how much we have discussed. But how badly I wanted to hear someone say it. I'm glad I asked you. It feels like just talking to someone can resolve the issue. Not that I found my answers, but I do feel better. Therefore, I think I will dwell on the mystery of myself for a while longer. I have to stand and face these thoughts. Nothing good comes from avoidance. Save up more ego and I will see you soon. Okay, hello. Right, on to the next one. The telling of stories. You know, I think we should change things up a bit. I did all the talking last time, remember? Now it's your turn. Tell me all the fears you usually can't disclose. Talking to someone quite quiet helped me. I'm sure it's important for you to put feelings into words too. The more details you tell me, the better I can interpret them. Don't worry, your secrets are safe here with me. What's said here stays here. I won't tell. So, tell me, what's bothering you? Your answers will be confined to the game. It will not be shared without any outside parties. Okay, let's see this. I am absolutely broke and I think I'm either autistic, have ADHD, or have both. On a side note, I low-key think that I am dyslexic. Dyslexic. That's good enough. That I'm dyslexic and I'm going to study law, so I'm shooting myself in the foot there. I know I have mental issues, but I'm too scared and broke to get them professionally diagnosed. What was I going to say else? Am I narcissistic, or am I just a product of my parents? Is my problems my parents' faults because they raised me like this? When in your life does your actions stops being because you have trash parents? When in your life does your action stops when in your life does your actions stop being because you have trash parents? When your trash actions stop being because you have trash parents and starts to be because you're a trash person. Can you tell me this? It's much harder than it seems to put worries into words. You express yourself very well, though. A valiant effort. I'm impressed. Let me explain my take on things then. Huh? What's happening? Analysis complete. Your obvious conflict is household conflict. They are other, yet they are not. While close to you, they are different from yourself. Thus, you are conflicted. You may need to set aside the stereotypical definition of family and decide what family means to you personally. Well, I've already done that. If you get caught up in the expectations of family values, you may lose sight of what family really means to you. Bearing your thoughts to another can help you in order. That's how it was for me. I think I'm close to an answer. I'll be all back. Come back. Open door. You may go on then. I, meanwhile, have been thinking non-stop about who I am. This endless thinking has raised the question, am I not the only existence in this world? I think, therefore I am. Exactly, that's just what I said. I am right here. What could be any clearer than that? You, and that facade too, are my dreams, because I, alone, am real. I get where you're going. I mean, the only thing you can really, like for sure, say is real, is yourself. They're coming this way. I'll be off then. Anyway, I'm the only. Keep singing your ego and come soon. Da da da. Ba da 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 da. Let's go to these people. Come on, wall. We meet again, my lost child. I feel like you're right up on the high alert, aren't you? You have a stick up your arse or something crawled up there and rotted. You get me? I have been watching. Each choice you make, you are mistaken. You have failed. Diminished, I can only watch. There's no turning back. That itself is a choice. I cannot object. When next we meet, the result will be in sight. Walk the road unbending. Walk the road unbending. Sweetness. Wait, let me see something first. Now that is unfortunate. Okay, let's go to H. I've been waiting. I wanted to see you. I've been feeling quite good these days. The more I think on it, the more I come to think I'm right. The facade is nothing but hot air when it comes down to it. It is. See, I'm the only one here in this world. This world, everything in it, it's all me. Even the facade, all me. Oh, you could say it's like, No, it could be like the you that's fighting against yourself, if that makes sense. It could be your doubt. It could be a symbol for you, like the doors that are trapping you. Or it could be a symbol for your parents. They're a monster born of my guilty conscience. Even you must also be a figment of my dreams, aren't you? You're wrong. You're very critical for a dream, like that facade. Dream or not, I do enjoy your company. A precious dream that voices my thoughts. Well, I am my own person. Though we may have similar faults, we have different experiences. Well then, see you when you save up more ego. A personality test. Ah yes, that's why you're here after all. You wander around here searching for yourself. Such is what drives you, my own dear dream. There will be no more of that. Why should there? It's all just a farce. I am what I am, that is the only truth. Come back when you have more ego. On to the second part. It's an odd thing, but I can't read anymore. My eyes scan the words, but they don't reach my brain. It's hard to believe I used to read as easily as I breathe. Now, I only keep turning pages out of boredom. How could this have happened? I don't understand it. If I really try to read, it's as if the words are dancing around the page. All I see are letters. Words have no meaning. Any contemplation of the meaning or attempt to combine the letters, and I forget the letters I had tried to read. I can talk as I am doing now, but my mind is buzzing. Words manifest in droves and then disappear. It's like a meaningless free thought exercise. Do you think I've gone a bit mad? It's the world that's mad. You're brilliant. It's the world that's mad. It's worse. It's worse when I'm alone. I desperately want to destroy. I can't suppress my impulses. Even now, I still want to. Relax. I will refrain. One enemy is enough. Come back when you're in possession of more egos. Oh, I forgot to read the chapter. Whoops. Ugh, not again. That bastard's voice is grating even louder. They just repeat themselves over and over at me, saying I'm mistaken, saying I failed. Why won't things go the way I want? If they're just a dream of mine, I'm not mistaken. I'm not a failure. I can go on existing. I can be allowed to exist, can't I? I'm not unwanted. So I'm going to fight for my freedom. If I'm going to be trapped here and killed, I'd rather die fighting. I want to go on as myself. I won't lie. That fucking bastard is in my way. Either I will die or they will. There is no way for us both to go on like this. I'll do it right now. I'll have their say. You're my ally, aren't you? You know what? No. Fight against the oppressor wall. Of course I am. Yes, you would be my ally forever and ever. Thanks. Talking to you smothers that facade's voice. You're perfect. You are the ideal I've dreamed up. You must love me very much. That's why you take my words so kindly. That's why you support me and adore me. You must be my hope. Goodness. What are you talking about, love? What are you talking about, adore? Goodness, is this the start of a relationship, senpai? Goodness, notice me. Gather more ego and then come visit me again. Senpai. I love you, senpai. Let us be together forever. Okay, ID, as in your identity. Here at last, there is a book I'm interested in, but I'm afraid to read it by myself. It's a picture book, but it's strange. I can't take my eyes off it. If I try to read it alone, I may never leave this room again. I think this book could be dangerous for me. Yet, I need to read it to learn who I am. Would you read it with me? The cover reads, Alter Ego. I think it's safe to assume that the title of this book, that is the title of this book. There are two characters in this story. One is a lost wanderer, the other is a girl acting as their guide. Oh, this is the game. This is a book about the game. The wanderer who has lost their way in the world keeps on asking, "Who am I? What defines the world?" The girl who is guiding the poor wanderer asks, "Who are you? What defines the world?" However, the girl simply doesn't realize that she herself is the wanderer. Through her interaction with the wanderer, she finally realizes she is... Oh my, the story just trails off after that. How do you think the story might end? At the end of the journey, the girl denies the world itself. See, the outcome was decided before it even began. The world should not be allowed to exist. The facades should not exist. Wait, no, it didn't give me a choice, did it? So, since I know now, it's alright now. That's why this world, this place will, my own, come again when you have more ego. Oh, given over to instinct? I don't like that sound. I don't like the sound of that. Don't give over to your instinct. Don't give in. you